Here's your Forbes Daily Briefing for Wednesday, March 20th. Today on Forbes, the Prophet of Shroom. When meeting the so-called mushroom priest of San Francisco, one must first pass 2 armed guards wearing bulletproof vests and then clear a metal detector. Why, you may ask? Pastor Dave Hodges, the 42-year-old founder and leader of the Church of Ambrosia, says, quote, "There was a stabbing right outside this door the other week." He describes his church as a non-denominational religious organization founded on the belief that cannabis and psilocybin mushrooms are sacraments that can be used as spiritual tools. Founded 5 years ago in Oakland, Hodges recently opened the church's second location in San Francisco's SoMa neighborhood. Explaining how his city is rife with crime and other street plagues, Hodges says, quote, "You see people smoking crack and shooting up, people overdosing. You can see why we're not the problem." Hodges, who is wearing a plaid shirt, black chinos, and New Balance sneakers, looks more like an IT specialist than a religious leader who claims to have met God during his own magic mushroom-inspired burning bush moment in 2019. Hodges describes his experience in that certain California way where it's hard to tell if he is crazy, enlightened, or a little bit of both. He says, quote, "The ceremony ended with 3 bright, shining golden beings who identified themselves as the oldest of the mushroom gods, sitting down with me and telling me why I went through everything in my life and what they needed me for and what I'm supposed to do. And they told me what I need to do was make sure that people have access to these sacraments and spread the knowledge." Like other religious leaders, Hodges has been persecuted by the government. Police raided the church's Oakland location in 2020 and seized $200,000 worth of cannabis, mushrooms, and cash, but did not arrest him. Yet unlike most other church founders, his members can obtain cannabis, hallucinogenic mushrooms, and another psychedelic called DMT, which is the active ingredient in ayahuasca, in exchange for a monetary contribution. In other words, his church possesses enough illegal drugs to put Hodges in prison for many years. His ministry is also sitting on a small fortune. The Church of Ambrosia is the largest known megachurch in the United States. With 105,000 members, it has more congregants than Oklahoma's Life Church, which has 85,000 members, and more than double Texas's Lakewood Church, run by televangelist Joel Osteen. New members pay $10 to join the Church of Ambrosia, while existing members give $5 to its coffers to enter if their month-long membership has expired. Between membership fees and regular contributions for drugs, Hodges' church rakes in more than $5 million a year, Forbes estimates. Hodges refused to discuss finances, other than saying the money goes back to the church and that it pays $3 million a year in legal fees, rent, and security. The church does not have IRS tax-exempt status, nor is it a registered nonprofit. While walking through the psychedelic mural-painted halls of his location in Oakland, which is called Side Door, Hodges said he never intended to run a church of this size. With a pained look on his face, he says, quote, "We got way too big, way too quick. It's crazy." If the Church of Ambrosia sounds like a joke, Hodges admits that it did start out that way. In 2010, like every summer, he went to Burning Man, the week-long arts festival held in the Nevada desert that's often fueled by psilocybin, LSD, MDMA or ecstasy, and electronic dance music. Hodges wore an old Halloween costume he dubbed the so-called Church of More Pot, and walked around in a white shirt holding a black book in his arms. He says, quote, "It was a joke, but people took it very seriously." Then in 2019, Hodges, who had run 2 medical marijuana collectives in the early 2000s in San Jose before getting shut down by the city due to running afoul of zoning laws and unpaid taxes, decided to make the church official and opened Side Door in Oakland. At first, he held weekly Sunday sermons at 4:20 p.m., the magic hour for potheads. He would pass out joints and members would listen to Pastor Dave pontificate about weed and spirituality. For full coverage, check out Will Yakowitz's piece on Forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.